Any other challenges that you guys are seeing out there? Mike from IBM?
Well, you know, one of the key things that most people are really concerned about when they're adopting mobile is protection of information. Mm-hmm. And I think that's true on a few fronts. So if you look at it from an employee standpoint, there's this problem of where does the liability of the corporation end? Where does the personal time begin? And if I don't know how that device is being used and I don't control it, how do I know that sensitive data could be HR data, it could be sales information, could be, you know, actually, we were mentioning the Pulse conference we did earlier. So one customer there runs payroll, paychecks, and they talked about how the fact that their employees walk around to show things on these portable devices, but everybody's social security number on it. That's a little scary. So, you know, losing about, 14 million social security numbers, that's a bad press day. So that's one angle of the problem. And certainly when you look at the consumer part, was people are doing more commerce over mobile. And if you look at any of the stats of things like Black Friday, it's amazing how much commerce is actually being done over the mobile channel now. Mm-hmm. And that's a whole new avenue of protection for commerce. So these are big areas.
Half of all payments on mobile devices. It's a really startling number.
It's amazing.
Now, some of these are you're buying little things on games, but a lot of payments are being made there. I think, I don't think about the challenge, I think about the opportunity. I do think we're in this a little bit of a strange world where when I think of business-to-business applications, which is really my background, I've spent a lot of years at Oracle Corporation, and then I most recently was running the global sales organization for Salesforce. And we had one of the first mobile renditions of a business application, written in HTML5, a lot of demand from customers. And really the use case was, we love your application, but our people are mobile. They're out visiting customers. Our customer service people are out visiting customers, and we need to have an interface to that same application to understand who's Joe, what's Joe all about, what did I just do for him, and what's the next step. And that really forced us to do exactly what Mike described, having to design an application that could be used on whatever device the customer happened to choose. And I think that is both a challenge for every company today who's got a relevant application. It's also a huge opportunity. In 5 years, maybe because mobile platforms become so powerful, that is the platform of choice, and it becomes much easier to design applications. Then, of course, you have the question of what is the killer app? What are the relevant apps? What are the applications that we all really use? I share an iCloud account with my children, so I have a crazy set of applications on my iPhone. But when I look at what I really use, I use Mail, and I use Google Maps, and I use Uber, and I have a couple applications that I use a lot, and a lot of applications that I rarely touch. And I think there's a huge opportunity to think about what are the killer applications that people really will use. I met with a company called Quip this week. Does anyone use Quip? They're basically, pardon?
I said a handful of people.
Handful of people.
Not very many.
They're basically sort of the Microsoft Office of the mobile world. It's a lot like Google Docs, but it's a collaborative Microsoft Word-like environment that's been designed for mobile, which is cool because a lot of applications aren't designed where you can do creation work on a mobile device, and they're starting to do that, and you can collaborate with people and do content sharing and all of that. And I think there'll be a whole new generation of applications that look like that in the future.